1977, George Lucas formed a legacy.
Force is with me, and I am with the Force.
Inspired by mythology, his saga has become a passion for many.
Feel the Force around you.
His legend has become our story.
It's true. All right.
One of resistance.
We are the spark that'll light the fire that'll burn the First Order down.
Rebellion.
Rebellion is built on hope.
And redemption.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
This is Star Wars Reactions.
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.
Well, hello and welcome, everybody, to another episode of Star Wars Reactions. Not just any episode. This is episode 62. And we are flying by the seam of our pants, just like Han does with the Falcon. Let's get this going. My name is Aaron Harrison. Joining me is my co-pilot. He is the Chewie to my Han. He is the David Motters. David, brother, how's it going?
It is going. We are flying by the seat of our pants, but, we've done this many, many years, buddy. We know what we're doing. Just like Han, he knows what he's doing. You and I, Han and Chewie, we got this. We're not going to crash the Falcon. And we're just going to have fun tonight with a really fun Star Wars reactions. And so I am ready to react.
Excellent. Yes, we are going to have fun. The initial episode we had planned for y'all we have to put on hold for a little bit. So tonight we are doing another chapter of our random chatter. As I say, we haven't done this in a while. It was August, I think, the last time we did it.
Yeah.
Our random chatter. So this is volume 4 of our random chatter series, where we are just going to randomly talk about all things Star Wars that come across our head and just have fun doing it. So before we do, though, there was one bit of news that actually broke today that I at least want to mention. Star Wars announced a new mobile game that's going to be coming to the Apple Arcade. The last one they released, which I got this Star Wars Battles, has been quite fun, quite enjoyable. But this new one is called Castaway, Star Wars Castaway. And basically it's it's coming out actually in November next month. But it's basically, whoa, what in the world just happened to my computer? Live on the air. It's freaked out. There it is. It's an online social adventure is how they're describing it. Action adventure. You get to build and customize your own in-game Lego minifigure character. And of course, you'll interact with heroes from Star Wars adventures. You'll be on a mysterious new planet. You'll team up with other people playing the game. You'll get to race fighters and experience classic Star Wars moments just as you go through the game. So this one was coming out on November. Where is that date? November. Oh, come on. I read the date earlier. November 19th. So that was a fun surprise. I wasn't expecting that. It looks interesting. It looks like very interesting. Almost like it honestly to me almost looks like I don't know if you remember if you're familiar with it, David, but there was a game on the Disney website, the actual Disney website, called Club Penguin. Basically you just got a character and you walk around the city and interact with other people's characters and so. And I think to me it seems like that's what it's going to be like, from what I can see. And you get to customize your minifigure, which the customizations look pretty good, and it looks like it's going to be interesting. So we shall see.
Yeah, my son did the Club Penguin for a while when he was younger. And so once you said that, that really gave me the description, I needed. So I get it. Yeah. If it's like that, it's pretty fun. That my son had hours and hours of fun with that.
Perfect. So you can tell him he can do a Star Wars version of that coming up next month.
That's right.
And I will definitely jump on and give it a try, see how it goes. Now it is exclusive to Apple because it's a part of the Apple Arcade. So if you have an iPhone, an iPad, a Mac, or even an Apple TV, you'll be able to download and play it as long as you have the subscription service for Apple Arcade. So it's going to be cool. And so check it out. And if you do play it, if you're listening and you do play it, let me know. We'll switch gamer tags and maybe go on some adventures together.
It'd be really cool. It'd be really cool.
So I thought that was great news. So other than that, not much in the news of the world. Oh, one more piece of news I forgot about. Disney and Lucasfilm is taking a page from our book, David. Did you hear about this?
No.
They're doing a new series on Star Wars kids YouTube page called Star Wars Galaxy of Creatures.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So just kind of like our creature corner from when we did our last show, Resistance Reactions. They are doing Galaxy of Creatures. This will be a series of animated shorts, which the first 2 episodes are available right now on the kids' YouTube channel. Basically, a droid named SFR3, nicknamed Ari, is a member of the Galactic Society of Creature Enthusiasts, and he journeys across the galaxy to learn everything there is to know about wildlife. The first 2 episodes one is on porgs, and the other is on banthas. So it will be very cool. So, I mean, they'll be looking at everything. If you watch the trailer, there's a whole bunch. They show banthas. They got blurgs, charhounds, Kowakian monkey lizards, Minox, Nexu, porgs, rancors, tauntauns, Tuca cats, vorpax, wampas, everything. Matter of fact, they're even releasing a series of plushes you can purchase to go along with the series. They are available they will be available at Amazon, or excuse me, Target. They'll be available at Target. Amazon is going to have a Galaxy of Creatures line, but it will be an assortment of T-shirts, accessories, and home goods from the series. But the plush creatures you'll get at Target.
Nice.
Yeah. So we'll see. It says there's going to be 12 episodes, with 2 new episodes releasing every Thursday.
Well, when you and I did Resistance Reactions, that was a fun thing to do. The creature corner, and almost every episode had a new creature. And sometimes if they didn't name it, they had it. They mention it in the next one. But overall, I was gonna look back at my notes. I had a ton of notes.
I had over 40.
It was a huge number. Obviously, in this show, they'll cover the ones that they know the most. But there was a lot over 2 seasons. I mean, a lot, and it made it fun. That was one of the many things I liked about Resistance. That was enjoyable. It was fun to put together. So I think I need to get over this Star Wars YouTube Kids channel, and I still need to watch. Talking about random chatter, I need to watch On My Best series that he did. And I think you watched some of it, or
you haven't watched the Jedi Temple?
Oh, see, I got to get over and watch those episodes. So I guess I got to spend. I just got to get over there, and maybe this will be the impetus. I could see how they cover the creatures. That'll be fun, and watch those Jedi Temple Challenge episodes.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that too. I don't know if it's coming back or not. They finished the season and it just kind of all talk about it just died. I don't know if that was because of how it was presented, because initially it was supposed to be on Disney Plus, and they scrapped it off Disney Plus and put it on Star Wars Kids YouTube. So,
right.
That was, I know that was a little surprising when that happened. So I don't know if that's what's keeping it from getting another season or what, but it was a good show. It was fun. Made me wish I was a kid again where I could go on the show. It reminded me a lot of Legends of the Hidden Temple from Nickelodeon back in the day, that D. Bradley Baker was a part of, ironically.
Yeah. And I've been wanting to watch it. There's been so much stuff that you and I have covered in terms of books, TV shows, whether it's Mandalorian, whether it's season, 7 of the Clone Wars, Bad Batch. There's been so much. So for me, and I've really tried to stay up with the books. I've stayed up with High Republic, and so all of that is really taken some time, and I kept meaning to watch it because I just, I heard from you good things, and all the clips I saw, and of course Dan Z, he interviewed Ahmad Best as that show was coming out, and it just looked like a lot of fun, and I was hoping they would have more seasons, but I guess I got to watch it. Well, how many episodes? I guess I got to just get over there and I'll check them all out.
I want to say there were 8 to 10. I don't remember. It wasn't a long series. I'm leaning more toward 8 episodes of it. But it was fun. I mean, those kids, you could tell, were having a blast, and they were just the as much fun as they were having was just great. And of course, Ahmad Best is just a nice guy. To see him involved in Star Wars again was perfect. I mean, you met him at Star Wars Weekends, right?
I didn't meet Ahmad Best at Star Wars Weekend. Was I there the weekend that he was, James Arnold Taylor was interviewing him? Like, I need to look back, and see. In fact, I was looking at old, again, we're totally into random chatter. I was looking at old Disney's Hollywood Studios maps. You get a little guide as you walk in, and they were all from Star Wars Weekends, and they would put week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and you could, James Arnold Taylor's on there, Ashley Eckstein, and they would do the guests and stuff. And so I just need to go back through and look, and that would really help me remember the different stars that were there that particular weekend. And I'm looking online. It says Star Wars Jedi Temple at Wikipedia, episode count 10.
10. Okay.
That's what it's saying. Now, if I go back, will there be a Jedi Temple Challenge Season 2? It remains to be seen if Season 2 is in the stars.
No pun intended.
I know. Yeah. So this was a June 21st, 2021 post. So not too old. I think if I go back to this, what does this say? This is from Reddit. Jedi Temple Challenge has seemingly been canceled. And this is per Reddit. So I don't know how reliable that is. But anyway, hard to know.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it was a fun show. So, I mean, definitely you want to go back and watch it, even whether it gets another season or not. Go back and watch it. You'll enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, and it'll be great. You'll enjoy it. So,
All right, man.
All right. And that got us on Temple Challenge. We started talking about Ahmad Best. I did meet Ahmad Best at Star Wars Weekends, and dude was just super chill, super nice. I mean, he was a very humble guy from what I could see, and just was. I think he was pleasantly surprised with the amount of love he was getting at Star Wars weekends, because I can honestly say he had one of the longest lines that weekend.
Okay.
If not the longest, because he was just, I mean, and I think that kind of took him back a little. But he was a great guy, very nice. And so it fit him doing that perfectly. I think that was a nice welcome back to it. So definitely watch it. You'll enjoy it. And if you haven't watched it out there, make some time. Go to Star Wars Kids YouTube and just pull up those 10 episodes and watch it. You'll enjoy it because it's Star Wars. 2, if you're older like me, it will take you back to the days of Double Dare and Legends of the Hidden Temple and those great shows that Nickelodeon used to do.
Oh yeah, and getting slimed, yeah.
Oh yeah. So definitely do that. Enjoy it. Have fun with it. So, all right. So let's just move it on from there. This was also news this week, but didn't really want to put in the news because I wanted to talk about it. The Rancho Obi-Wan, of course, the Guinness Book of World Record winning Star Wars collection that Steve Sansweet has out in Petaluma, California, is having their virtual gala coming up October 23rd. So that's just a few days, actually. It's going to be from 1 to 4 p.m. And it's just celebrating the 10th anniversary of Rancho Obi-Wan. Now, this is a big fundraiser for them. They do this. Normally, they do a in-person gala, but because of COVID, they haven't been able to do it. But this is going to be fun. They do a great job having this, and I know we did it last year, David, on the virtual item or the virtual gala.
You and I did.
It was a blast.
Yeah, I loved it. I know you and I were talking about it. You said you'd already signed up, and then bam, I jumped on. I signed up, and I'm so glad I did. The amount of content was incredible. I watched all of it. I think they did 2 days, like kind of a little bit on a Friday night, and then a whole bunch on a Saturday. And my wife was so patient with me. I wanted every minute of it, and I loved the interviews, the people that he talked to. It was just a who's who of Star Wars and Star Wars history, and I absolutely loved it. And I'm glad that I did contribute to that. I know you did a few drawings, or I think there was that they offered that last year, and that wheel that they offered, and people got the little Ann Newman spun it and all that stuff. But just watching her or Steve Sansweet or both walk through and show stuff, it was just, I felt like I was there. I mean, obviously I didn't have to fly out to the West Coast. I very much want to get out there. I'd love to go there with you, make a pilgrimage out there to one of these in October. They didn't have it last year, this year, so that's 2 straight years not having it due to COVID. But I was going to ask you, is it your understanding? I was trying to look at it a little bit too before we got online. Is it just 1 day is this year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is just the one afternoon from 1 to 4, and it's going to be it's going to be fun. It's going to be more of a they're calling it more of a fan experience. They're not doing auctions and stuff this year like they did last time, but they did. It says it sounds like they're going to do a virtual tour of the museum during it. And so you can see, and they will have some exclusive gala merchandise that you can buy for a limited time. And they're going to do, they also said they're going to do a reverse scavenger hunt. Basically, they're going to have a list of stuff that they says right now, if you tweet at Rancho Obi-Wan with the hashtag Scouting with Steve, you can throw something out there, throw out an item that you would like Steve Sansweet to find in the museum. So basically, we're going to be sending him running through the museum looking for stuff to see if they have it, and if they do, which I can almost guarantee you they probably do. He's got to find it amongst his thousands upon thousands upon thousands of items in that museum.
That's cool.
That's going to be fun. So,
wow. Because I know last year they did have a scavenger hunt, but it was people, I think, going through their home and finding stuff. And I remember they did that. I didn't do that, but I like what you're saying. That's a scavenger hunt. This is a reverse scavenger hunt where Steve's going to do it at his place versus people doing it at home. So that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I think so. So it'll be fun to do, fun to see them do it. I'm looking forward to seeing how it all ends up playing out. So, and they do have, like I said, a limited number of items for it this year. This will actually be, there's actually a link in it on their website to Custom Ink, where they have their anniversary fundraiser stuff. It looks like there's a tote bag, some shirts. It's a Christmas ornament. Oh, that's cool. 10th anniversary Christmas ornament. Bandanas, a water bottle, hat, a beanie, a coffee mug, all kinds of stuff. So make sure you check that out. Buy something so they can get some funds raised and just have a great time. So there we go. So I enjoyed it last year. It was fun. I'm looking forward to it again this year, even though it is running. It's going to be just a little slower, not slower, smaller, shorter. That's good Lord. I'm getting tongue tied tonight. Yes, it's going to be a little shorter this year. So touche. So, books. We've been doing a lot of reading this year. I'm kind of hesitant to start a new book because in a couple of weeks we're getting the new Thrawn book. I don't want to be in the middle of one and stop to immediately read Thrawn, because that's what I'm kind of holding out for.
Yeah.
I've been waiting with bated breath for that for a while. But I know we both recently finished Tempest Runner, which actually we brought up. We both started it during our last one. Random chatter.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So, Tempest Runner, what did you think of it?
I enjoyed it. I'd already, it was 2 years ago right now. I remember it. When Dooku Jedi Lost came out, and it was, an audio book and really a performance, not just one person, but an actual cast. And Kevin Scott wrote that, and I really, really enjoyed it. And so when they did Dr. Aphra, that was not written by Kevin Scott, but again, really well done by Penguin Random House Audio. And so then when I saw this, Tempest Runner, and it was on Lorna D and High Republic and written by Kevin Scott, I was all in. And so I really enjoyed it. It went quick. It wasn't, a big, massive one like that's 12, 16 hours, 12, 14, 16 hours. So it was a really nice size. I love the special effects, the sounds. I love who they got to do the voice of Lorna D, and how this whole story continued, and some of the shockers within it. So I really enjoyed it. How about you, buddy?
I loved it. I mean, it was just a lot of fun. Coming off the heels of the Rising Storm, getting Tempest Runner and listening to that was just so much fun, because it pretty much picked up where it left off. And it was enjoyable. I loved the performance, the story, just getting that background information on the
Yeah, and Lorna D.
Nihil, yeah, Lorna
Nihil.
D,
Yeah,
all
that's on
them.
the Nihil.
It was a great story. It was a great performance, and it was one of those that, there are some audiobooks and performances out there. You start it and then you're like, oh dear God, what did I do? But this was like one of those that just grabbed you and kept you interested and kept you listening because of how engaging it was. And I loved it. That's one thing I'll say. I have really enjoyed. Audible was the best thing I've ever done.
Oh,
Oh my
the
gosh.
transition over, man. I completely agree with you. Completely.
Oh man, Audible's the best thing I've ever done. Because at the beginning of the year, you always set these lofty goals, your resolutions and this and that, and I'm like, I want to go through. I'm going to read so much this year. Last year, I decided I wanted to read 12 books that year, and I exceeded it. So this year, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to do 20.
Mm.
And if it wasn't for Audible, I definitely would not have made it.
No.
Yeah,
It's
October, and I've 20. I'm in my 21st and 22nd book because I got 2 going at the same time.
Nice. Well, and like you were just mentioning, Thrawn coming up. I'm obviously going to get that on Audible. Like I got the previous 2 in this trilogy. Really enjoyed them. But I'm halfway through again. It was a week ago today that Ronin came out by Emma Candon, and I'm halfway through it because of Audible. And so just like you said, my goal is to have that done here in October so that when Thrawn, the third, is it Lesser Evil, Greater Good, Lesser Evil? Yeah. When the third one comes out, I've got nothing. I'm ready to rock. Boom, Audible credit, and listening to Timothy Zahn's third book in that particular trilogy. So yeah, Audible's been great, and I just hearing the other characters and the sound effects within Tempest Runner, I really enjoyed. And here's something that I don't know if people picked up on. I would have to grab my Star Wars Insiders. I'm looking at them right in front of me here. I've got those in my books and all that stuff, all my DK books. And I think I briefly mentioned this to maybe not on air back when we, because when we recorded the last Random Chatter, Tempest Runner was just released, I think on August 30th or 31st, something like that. And we recorded right around then. But I'd gotten far enough into Tempest Runner that there's a little, and it's not a big thing, but there's a little scene in there with Gal Tarpfin, who is the security officer on Starlight Beacon, and it ties into one of the stories really quick because Kevin Scott wrote it. I'm trying to remember if it's in the most recent Insider or the one just before, because they're doing each author does 2, like Charles Soule did 2, Justina Allen did 2, Kevin Scott did 2, then he's doing another 2. But it's a very subtle little tie-in between Tempest Runner and one of the stories told in Star Wars. A nice little subtle thing that Kevin Scott did, and that was kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. And you brought up Ronin too, and you actually got a nice surprise this week, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, on Twitter, Emma Candon is the author, and she lives out in Hawaii, and she's been doing a lot of interviews. She was on with Dan Z on Coffee with Kenobi. Let's see, not last Thursday, but Thursday before. And the book came out a week ago today, October 12th. And so she did a little thing on Twitter. She said, hey, just follow me. I'd already followed her, but follow me on Twitter and just have a fun time with what you think I called Ronin during the writing of the book. And she, everybody put in, different Darth names. She had a Darth name for him, and a lot of people, you could see that they did it. And I thought I'll jump in, and I think I put like Darth Sneaky, because he was sneaky in the duel, that you and I talked about in Star Wars Visions. And so she was going to do it until midnight on December 17th, so Hawaii time. And so I got up yesterday morning and I'm just doing some stretches, and I look at my phone and I see it just kind of scroll Twitter thing, and it's from Emma, and she says, "Hey, did random drawing and your number came up, and so I'm going to send you a personalized copy of Ronin." And I tweeted her back and on direct message, and she's so sweet. And so it was really cool. And I just told her, she's just the best. She seems like such a sweet soul, not just from, hearing her in that interview with Dan Z, but last week she did one with Matt Martin of the Lucasfilm story, and then an editor. I can see his face, but the three of them were talking last Monday, the day before the book premiered. And in that too, she's just so knowledgeable, so nice, so sweet. And so it was really a lot of fun to win a copy of that. And again, going back to Audible, I'm already, halfway through it, but I very much, I don't know. I did want an actual hard copy of it. So to have her mail one out that was really fun. And, again, that's something that you and I have talked about, Aaron, this, the Star Wars community. And here she's coming into it and just, you and I have been in this a long time, and now she's jumped in. She's obviously a massive Star Wars fan, but her jumping into the writing and being a part of this community, and then just seeing her on Twitter and interacting with fans and answering questions. And I adore her. And so that was just a real pleasant surprise yesterday at like 6 a.m. I think it might have been 1 a.m. out there in Hawaii or whatever. But she said, yeah, she says, I randomly drew it and your name came up. And I said, great, I'll take it. So that was really fun. And so, yeah, I've got a copy of Ronin being sent from Hawaii.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That is awesome. You'll have to send me pictures when we and share some pictures when you get it, so we can all enjoy it as well.
Well, and let me tell everybody, anybody listening gets a little sneak peek. She said, who do you want it personalized to? And I've kind of gone back and forth on books. Like I've had Christy Golden, sign one to Eli, one to Lena. Adam Bray, who's been on our show, I've had him sign some different books. And so just trying to even it out. I know my son's a big fan of anime, as you and I talked. And so I had her sign it to Eli, and I just thought that would be kind of fun. But so she personalized it to him, and I'm going to surprise him with it when it gets here. So there's a little sneak peek, but there you go. So he's very cool. He doesn't know it's on its way.
Well, hopefully it gets here before he hears this episode.
That's right. I know. She did say by the end of the week. She said by the end of the week, but I know that mail has been horribly, horribly slow in the States. So
tell me about it.
Hopefully so. Hopefully so.
Yeah, hopefully so. But yeah, when you get it, let us know, and
I'll take pictures.
We want to see pictures, and so cool. Now, apparently you've been the one also having all kinds of luck and enjoying life recently, because not only did you win this book, you also made it to Hollywood Studios and you got to experience for the first time Rise of Resistance.
Oh, man. Well,
I can't tell you how jealous I am.
Well, no, we're going to get on it. We'll do it. We'll get on. I was jonesing to get on this thing. And I know that you were there before, I think with Robbie and stuff. And of course they had that whole, you gotta, get on the app and get on at 7 a.m. And if you don't get on in 1 second, you're not.
Yeah. The virtual queue. Oh my gosh. I hated that queue.
Oh, and then if you didn't get that, you tried it again at 2, and sometimes you got it, sometimes didn't.
In my case, you never did.
Right. And yeah. And so I had seen a Disney blogs post that they were going to do away with that virtual queue. And I thought, okay. And so what I decided to do is I went down on a Thursday evening after work. And again, because Aaron and I live in Florida, it's admittedly, and Aaron and I know this. It's an incredible advantage. Aaron and I don't have to get on a plane. I did when I was a kid up in Michigan. Mom and Dad took me and my sister and brother to Disney World like once. Once.
Sometimes on I-4, I wish I had an airplane.
Well, exactly. I know. Yeah, to fly over to the Disney property, but yeah, and I take the turnpike down. Aaron and I take two different routes to the same place, but the turnpike's been progressively worse as well. So much traffic. But shot down after work and jumped on it. Set a 60, 70-minute wait. But got in line and did the queue, and everything I read in Black Spire by Delilah Dawson, about the caves, the ruins that the Resistance was in, looked very cool in there. And like I said, I would get on Instagram more, so I posted some of those. I believe, I think I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you did.
Yep. And it ended up being, it took me 30 minutes. I looked at my phone and it was 30 minutes to get on the ride, and came out and got back in line, and it said instead of saying 60 or 70 minutes, it said like 40. And I got in line again, and it was another 25, 30 minutes to get on. So I rode it 2 times in a row. And fortunately, like I was mentioning to you, buddy, I'd heard people talk about it. I knew some of the premise. I knew it was a multiple ride system, and now I get it. I understand it and I see it. And so it's obviously the most sophisticated ride they've ever done. I can see why. It absolutely lives up to the hype. And one of the things that's, like I've heard people say before, is if you could imagine, how do you make a ride better than getting on the Falcon? And it's better than Smuggler's Run, the Millennium Falcon ride. It just is, and it's the Primavera ride, I believe, in all of Disney. So Disneyland, Disney World. So it's unbelievable, and you're not in and out in 5 seconds either, buddy. Like a lot of the Primavera rides at all these Universal, Disney, SeaWorld, etc., they're very short. But this was a really nice process. I wanted to go through the queue, and it was great. So just really, really glad to get down there and finally ride it. And again, it's set between, The Last Jedi and Rise of the Resistance. Those 2 movies.
Very cool. Very cool. I am so jealous. You have no clue how much I've been trying to get on that ride during the virtual queue days, and missed out. Several days I went and failed miserably, and stood outside looking at the line, crying.
Yeah.
Weeping.
Oh, yeah. Well,
woe was me.
Well, it was interesting because I went on Thursday, October 7th. I jumped on the My Disney Parks app on Saturday. I was back here. I live in Ocala, Aaron's in Lakeland, and I was back here, and of course, yard work and all that. And I jumped on. I'm like, I want to see what the wait is, and it was a 145-minute wait for Rise of Resistance on a Saturday. Now, again, our friend Jason Brame works down there, and he was mentioning it's kind of hit or miss on these weekends. It is the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. Now that's actually Magic Kingdom, not Hollywood Studios, but they've got signage.
Disney is Disney, yeah.
Exactly. And so I texted him that day on Saturday, and I said, "Holy mackerel!" I just checked the line. He said, "Yeah, just super packed. Beautiful weather, of course, in October." And so 145 minutes, 1660 is 120. So you're looking at 2.5 hour wait at that point. But I'll tell you what, I want to say right now, it's worth it. It's not the 2.5 hour wait and then, it was a 3-minute experience. No, it's not. It's longer than that. And so, that's what's neat about it. So again, really, really, really neat. Just the second time, I just tried to look in all the different places I didn't look the first time. So, and there's a few hidden Easter eggs in there too, and I'm not going to spoil it for anybody because nobody spoiled it for me. So
there we go. That's what we like. No spoilers on our show.
That's right, buddy.
Perfect. Well, I'm glad you got to go on it. I'm glad you got the experience. I will make it one day, my friend. I'll make it one day and we'll compare notes afterwards.
Absolutely. And I'm curious. There's a couple things I got to ask you, I got to ask you, how did they do this? And I want to know what you think because I don't know how they did it.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do it. In the meantime, though, if y'all have ridden Rite of Resistance or want to compare notes with David or just want to talk Star Wars in general, David, how would they go about doing that?
Yeah. 3 different places. One is Twitter, and that is at David_Modders, MODDERS. Instagram, where you can see a few of those pictures from that. Again, nothing spoiled from the pictures I sent. Nothing that has not been sent out by Disney. The Instagram is just my name, David Modders. And then, of course, Aaron does a great job with our website, StarWarsReactions.com. So my email is david@StarWarsReactions.com.
Very good. And of course, if you want to randomly talk Star Wars with me, the best place to do that is Twitter at TAHarris121079. Or, of course, you can email me, Aaron@StarWarsReactions.com. Make sure you are following the show everywhere we are. We're on Facebook and Instagram, both at SW Reactions, Twitter, SW Reactions Pod. And of course, you can always email the show at StarWarsReactions.com, and let us know what you think of any of the random chatter topics we discussed this week. So let us know. And of course, David, it would not be a Star Wars reaction episode if I did not throw out this week's dad joke. I have to end it this way. It's just natural. I mean, it comes natural like the Force did to Anakin. So it just flows through me. It surrounds me. It penetrates us. It binds the world together. Dad jokes are the equivalent of the Force. Maybe the dark groany side, but still, all things considered. So, are you ready for this week's joke, David?
I always think that I might be. I am. I don't know that I am. But let's go.
All right. Did you hear Yoda's been tracing his family tree?
No, I did not hear that Yoda's been tracing his family tree.
Yeah, it's an evergreen.
Oh, so I think you just love Myra. I did tweet out that you were trying your best every episode to make them worse and worse. Well, you're getting there, buddy.
Oh, I'm trying. I'm doing. Oh, you know what? This is a random chatter, so we're going to go for a twofer on this.
Oh. You never know what you're going to get on random chatter, people.
You never do. So here you go, David. How can you tell if a sheep has met Yoda?
Boy, how do I don't know how a sheep knows, or I don't know how I would know that a sheep has met Yoda.
They go ba.
Oh, God. This is just horrible. They go by. Oh. There's no end to these, is there?
No, there isn't. I have found my niche in life, and it is to share dad jokes till the day I die.
Oh my gosh. Well, I hope our listeners feel so fortunate that they listen to the end.
David, my friend, this has been a blast as always.
Oh, man. Great time. A lot of fun with random chatter.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for listening in. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all for listening. We're praying and caring for each of you all, wishing you all the best. So remember, this is your place for elegant discussion for a more civilized age.
If you'd like to share your thoughts, you can email us at show@starwarsreactions.com for our show notes and the latest news from the Star Wars universe. Visit our website at www.starwarsreactions.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at SWReactionsPod or on Facebook at Star Wars Reactions. If you enjoy our show, please leave a review on iTunes. This podcast is not endorsed by the Walt Disney Company or by Lucasfilm Limited. It's intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. The official Star Wars website can be found at www.starwars.com. Star Wars. All names, sounds, and any other Star Wars related items are registered trademarks and or copyrights of Disney and the respective trademark and copyright holders. All original content of this podcast is the intellectual property of Star Wars Reactions unless otherwise indicated. Star Wars Reactions. Elegant discussion for a more civilized age.